Hi folks, and welcome to the next in our long line of Random Platypus reviews. This time, as you can see, it's going to be Diehard Miniatures, so if you're guessing, you've got a 50-50 chance of getting this one right, whether it's sci-fi or fantasy. However, it is of the sci-fi variety. I backed a Kickstarter a while ago and got these delivered well ahead of time, I believe. I just haven't had a chance to sit down, focus and do some reviews, but now I have. I will show them off to you. So these guys I liked because they're kind of mercenary types. Diehard Miniatures are a nice scale. Again, at the end of the video you'll see a scale shot. They kind of fit in well, I find, with Necromunda, which is one of my favourite games at the moment. So I thought, well, you know, there's nothing wrong with having some more mercenary types. They could find their way into my Venator gang if I'm desperate for that. Equally, they'll fit into my nice sci-fi games that I tend to use the Mantic All-Out War rules for, although I call it Xeno, or rather than Walking Dead. So it comes with 5 dudes. This guy's a heavy weapon guy. You've got kind of 2 guys with, well, you could use them as anything, like auto guns, shotguns. They're quite kind of ambiguous as to what kind of weapon they are. That's fine. You've got a guy with a sniper, and then you've got a guy who's got 2 pistols. I would say that it wouldn't be too hard to convert him if you wanted to, say, switch out a pistol for something else. He's got what look like 2 different types of pistols, so you could treat them as 2 different types of pistol or different varieties of the same type of pistol, depending on what you want to do. And again, there's probably enough space there to stick on a rifle of some sort, or you could probably switch it out and put it into his hand there, I guess. But either way, he makes kind of like the obvious leader option for the 5 of them. I think there's probably a couple of other miniatures in the range that would fit with these guys as well. I like the fact that the heavy weapon is separate on this one. So what I shall do is, if I can just find my banging head on the boom, might help me if I use this just to show you closer ups of some of these. So as you can see, he's got the full-on kind of full face mask. I really quite like it. It's quite a fun thing, very, you know, retro in terms of the look, you know, some sort of almost rogue tradery Imperial Guard style feel to them, but like I say, a bit bigger in scale wise. They match more with some of the larger things like Imperial Guard from Games Workshop and other bits and bobs. I mean, I will do a comparison shot. I've got a random dude sitting on my desk, so as you can see, relatively similar in terms of height, just not quite as bobble-headed. And the heavy weapon that comes with it as well, it's got an ammo drum on the top, and then it's got 3 barrels, and it sits on his shoulders. It does sit on his shoulder quite nicely. Now, the one thing I haven't tried yet with this one, which is what I was thinking about doing, is seeing if I could get an old school heavy weapon to sit on there as well. So I haven't tried that yet. I've got a couple of old Devastator Space Marine heavy bolters, which I may have to do a little fiddling with, because the end bit used to fit around one of the bits of the backpack. So it's kind of hollow, if that makes sense. So with these guys, it's going to need to be full, so I might have to chop that off and put a different bit on the back. But yeah, as you can see, that's how it arms, like very much like the old school Rogue Trader kind of 2nd edition 40k shoulder mounted. Which again, it makes sense. If it's a really heavy weapon, you want to put it somewhere where you can get, you know, hold it easily, especially if you haven't got any kind of fancy stuff to help you lift it. So it's pretty cool. Nice bit of support weapon for the squad. And like I say, these guys, I shall get this out again, and hopefully it'll be able to be a bit clearer to you as to what's going on with them and how they look very similar. So I would say the uniform is brilliant in terms of it's not always identical. So if you'll notice, these guys have got the same knee pads as such. This guy's got more like armoured greaves, and this guy's got a bit of both. So it's kind of cool in that sense. They've got a uniform sense to them. The shoulder pads are nearly all the same, apart from he's got slightly rounded ones rather than the kind of more squared off ones that the others seem to have. This guy again has got one rounded off one and one slightly square, although it's slightly different again. Yeah, it's just that nice way of, they've got the similar helmets going on, brings them all together, but it makes them, they still got that ragtag feel of like mercs or even troops. You know, guys tend to wear slightly different things in slightly different ways, especially if they're more of an elite unit. And I just think they're great. They're going to be great bustling around on a sci-fi planet as a group of mercenaries, or like I say, Necromunda as Venators, possibly even alternatives to Enforcers if you want to go that way, or perhaps guild security or something like that. The weapon choices are nice. You've got the sniper, like I've shown you the heavy weapon. This guy could easily be some form of auto gun, a las gun, or I should say laser gun, or even a shotgun. This guy seems to have like a drum magazine, so you would think more auto, but again, Necromunda's got some drum-fed shotguns, so it could equally be that. Either way, the options are all yours. It wouldn't be much either if you really wanted to cut the end off say this weapon, and glue in something to make it more obviously like a laser weapon if you wanted to, sort of a new barrel. There's a fair bit of size to that if you look at it. Again, the same with this. If you wanted to make it into more of a shotgun, it wouldn't take too much. And obviously with the sniper rifle, you could probably get away with chopping the silencer aspect off it, and or should I say the suppressor, and then maybe adding or cutting it down even just to make it into a sort of scoped laser rifle or something. So yeah, I think as they are, they're absolutely fantastic. There is some room to chop and change some of the weapons on them, and again, like I say, they make a very good merc unit. However, this isn't all that I got from in this order. The part of the order I wanted to get was this chap. Now, he comes with 2 head options, so I really will need to use my close-up board for these, because it will be very difficult to see them otherwise. Essentially what you've got here is a quite a famous-ish looking space bounty hunter. So he's got 2 head options. One makes him a bit more like the obvious bounty hunter that we know, and the other one is a bare head, so he can be a bit different if you want him to be. He comes equipped with a very fancy one-off hunting rifle, which has got a couple of fancy blades at the end of it, so you can use it as to shoot somebody with or to skewer them on, which is always handy. Obviously he's got a bit of a cloak going on around the back, so you could paint some nice camouflage onto that, and around the front you can just see some armour poking out, some body armour, as well as some shoulder pads, knee pads and elbow pads. So he's fairly well equipped. I dare say some people might want to convert them further, but I think he's a brilliant mini. And again, he's going to become a bounty hunter of some sort for my games, both in Necromunda and possibly for other sci-fi stuff as well. Looking at Star Breach, he might make a brilliant hunter. Their faction of hunters kind of, for me, could be a band of bounty hunters, or some very specific, very warrior caste type aliens. So for the bounty hunter aspect, he'd be brilliant, either as a leader or as a sidekick or anything for that kind of faction. So yeah, let me know what you think. This is the lot, and again, I will be doing a scale shot with these guys, which should come after this. So let me know how you guys are getting on. Stay safe. Catch you next time. Bye bye now.